Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
Things about to get real interesting in the middleweight division. Jermall Charlo, who vacated his IBF title a few months ago after stopping Julian J. Rock Williams in a mandatory defense of a highly anticipated fight, is likely to return July 29th on the undercard of Adrien Broner versus Mikey Garcia on Showtime against Argentina's Jorge Sebastian Heiland, a guy who's should have been fought for a title. He was in talks to face Miguel Cotto before ultimately Cotto chose to face Daniel Gill. And crazy after that is that the WBC made Canelo-Golovkin the mandatory, which just bypassed Heiland, which had to be frustrating for him. I'm not too familiar with him. I've heard his name. I'm pretty sure I've seen him fight, but he has a record of 25-4 with 15 KOs. And this is a good first, fight for Jermall, who's making his middleweight debut. And for this fight, this is the WBC final eliminator. So the winner of this fight will be the mandatory challenger to the winner of Golovkin Alvarez. And Alvarez, I don't think, wants to fight Jermall. And he has a rift with the WBC. Last month, he stated that he doesn't want to fight for the WBC title against Golovkin, which Golovkin holds. But I don't know if that's, because he doesn't want to deal with Jermall, or he just has real deal animosity towards the WBC for whatever reasons. But he's made that pretty clear that he doesn't want that title. But nonetheless, he or Golovkin has to face the winner of Charlo-Heiland next, or eventually sometime next year, or later this year. But sometime next year. Jermall is very confident. He's 25-0 with 19 knockouts. Tremendous puncher, has good boxing skills. And he poses a real threat. He's young. I think he's 27 years old. Supremely confident. And he said he'd whoop Canelo. I think he said he'd whoop Triple G. I know he said he'd whoop Daniel Jacobs. So those are some big fights to look forward to in the middleweight division. And this Broner Garcia card is, shaping up to be one of the best, because also Leo Santa Cruz was added to the card, along with most likely Jared Hurd and Austin Trout potentially being on there, Louis Colossal, Devin Alexander in a welterweight fight. I mean, it's a lot going on, and to potentially have Jermall and Heiland on there is big. That's a big fight for the WBC mandatory spot, the right to challenge the winner of Alvarez-Golovkin. I mean, what more can you ask for? And it's most likely to take place at the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn, New York, but it could also take place in Las Vegas. So, there's a lot going on in boxing, a lot of great things going on in boxing. And I think that, it's going to be interesting to see if, Canelo vacates the belt, if he beats Triple G, knowing that a big threat waits for him if he holds on to the title. And the likelihood is being Jermall Charlo, who I favor, and I expect him to win over Heiland. But it'll also be interesting to see if, Triple G intends to fight Jermall as well, because Jermall is an Al Haymon fighter. He fights on, PBC, Showtime, and we know Golovkin is an HBO fighter who fights strictly on HBO. But we've seen, Daniel Jacobs, a Haymon fighter, PBC fighter, fight on HBO against Golovkin. He was the mandatory, but nonetheless, they got the deal made. and it was an excellent fight that Jacobs won, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see if all these fights actually do come to fruition. Because, like I said, I would love to see Jermall face either, Canelo or Triple G, and you throw Jacobs' name in there as well. But only time will tell. We gotta let everything shake out, play out how it will be, starting with what seems to be Jermall's debut fight, July 29th, and then we gotta see about the big fight, September 16th. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Drop those comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about all this. Follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Then head over to Facebook. Smack that like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.